What is going on? What is going on, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It is your boy Darion coming to y'all live with another video. It is Spotlight Sports Talk and Rum Boys Fantasy Network. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. If this is your first time ever being at our YouTube page, I would suggest that you subscribe and hit that bell button to get the latest news in all sports. But without further ado, we are here. We are here for WWE SummerSlam, which will be going down Sunday at 7 p.m. but the pre-show is at 6 p.m. so you do not want to miss it on the WWE Network. But without further ado, let's get straight into the matches for SummerSlam 2019. And this match is really an intriguing match for me to see how this storyline came about. Now, last week on Monday Night Raw, we all know that The Miz and Dolph Ziggler really got into a crazy confrontation with Dolph Ziggler. The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, they was all out there. And before you know it, Shawn Michaels ended up getting super kicked last week. And The Miz wanted to fight Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. But Michaels was involved in Ziggler versus The Miz feud, and it was a nice, to swerve a turn, for the return of Goldberg, who Ziggler called out on the mic in consecutive weeks just to start a feud. Now, Miz trickled, Ziggler into signing a SummerSlam contract without even looking at the terms. So Goldberg was surprised by Ziggler at the end of Raw and likely, had a short squash match with Goldberg, getting a farewell match to make up the disaster of the Undertaker match a few months ago in Saudi Arabia. But Miz will face Ziggler next Monday on Monday Night Raw, and this has been building up for me in my personal opinion. I feel like with Ziggler fighting Goldberg, Ziggler, you put your own foot in your own mouth wanting this match. And I don't see Ziggler winning this match. I have Goldberg redeeming himself after the Saudi Arabia match against The Undertaker, where the match did not live up to expectations whatsoever. So me personally, I really do have Dolph Ziggler losing this match to Goldberg. Goldberg is being back at the top of the mountain again and probably wants to wrestle again, knowing that he's still a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, we see many Hall of Famers come out of retirement and do this. So we already know what's going to give when Goldberg beats Dolph Ziggler. I don't know why they'll put this match together. I would love to see Miz versus Dolph Ziggler on a SummerSlam platform instead of Monday Night Raw. But at the same time, they wanted to make up for Goldberg in the Undertaker match in Saudi Arabia, so I completely understand that. But I do have Goldberg defeating Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. In the next match that we have on our books here, is The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. Now, we all know what type of crossroads these two actually had. But Wyatt targeted Finn Balor again upon his long-awaited return just 2 weeks later, and Balor presented the challenge. Now, Wyatt from the Fire Finley Funhouse accepted on the behalf of the demonic alter ego, which Finn Balor reported to set to take some extended time off in the near future. But this match likely may not feature an appearance from Balor's demon persona, which I really hate. I really want the demon persona to come out. Although, you never know what WWE may have under their belt trying to get this new Wyatt character over, that could be one of the first hands for Balor respecting the alter ego loss. But me personally, I don't see the alter ego really losing, making Balor impending return after vacation all the more intriguing that we should all share. This match is really confusing to me in a way, because I don't know who's going to win this match. I really don't know who's going to win this match. Now, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, got the Firefly Funhouse, and 1 minute he's this very friendly guy, and then you have this other Fiend where he has this crazy mask on, and it's like a demon side of him from the Firefly Funhouse. Then you have the alter ego of the Demon King, which is Finn Balor. Then you have the regular Finn Balor with the black jacket. You just don't know which Finn Balor you're going to get with this matchup. I really don't know what you're going to get. And I would love Finn Balor to win this match if he was the Demon King, if he was the demon, but I don't see him coming out being the demon. I think it would be better if he was. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be better if he was the actual demon for this matchup. It actually makes sense with Bray Wyatt's character. And that's just my personal opinion. But I feel like Bray Wyatt is going to win this match due to the fact that Finn Balor has been on a losing streak and he's been on vacation. So with that being said, I really like with Bray Wyatt to get his first match back as a W for this new character that Bray Wyatt has been going on for several weeks now. So Finn Balor, I love you to death, bro, but if you do not come as Demon Finn Balor, then you will lose this match. This is a really intriguing match for me. The next matchup that we have on the SummerSlam card is Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Kevin Owens loses, then Kevin Owens will have to quit the WWE. On top and of the best storylines going into the company right now, we will come to a head at SummerSlam. After weeks of back and forth, Owens laid down the challenge to McMahon for the match in Toronto. That the challenge was quickly accepted by Owens, star as a babyface, and continues to shine brighter and brighter each week. So bringing the end to Shane McMahon's reign of terror at SummerSlam would be a huge step in the right direction for Kevin Owens. I really don't like the fact that we see Shane McMahon on screen a little bit more. I mean, he had the feuds with everybody that he had feuds with, AJ Styles and Roman Reigns, and now Kevin Owens. We see that. But I feel like as Kevin Owens turned into a babyface, kind of a babyface in some way, in some instance, he could probably become a babyface. But at the same time, Kevin Owens will win this match. They are not going to let Kevin Owens lose this match to Shane McMahon and have Kevin Owens quit. He's too valuable to the SmackDown brand for Kevin Owens to lose. He's too valuable. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's one of those talents where we see him on Raw year after year, and he's on SmackDown carrying SmackDown. That's what AJ Styles did when he was with their feuding with Shane McMahon. They were carrying SmackDown. Understanding that Kofi Kingston is the WWE champion, but this feud is more intriguing than the Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. It just is. People would love to watch SmackDown because of this feud only. So yes, I have Kevin Owens beating Shane McMahon, and Kevin Owens will stay in the WWE to prove that he needs a title shot as a babyface. Now the next match that we have on our hands here is the United States Championship. The United States Championship, which is AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Now we have these two, unsurprisingly, to put on some terrific matches of late. I can say that. AJ Styles took the U.S. title from Ricochet at Extreme Rules, and with some assistance of the club, Ricochet was able to earn his rematch by emerging victorious from a gauntlet match on Raw. This particular match is a show-stealing potential SummerSlam, I can say, if it's given the proper amount of time. And I feel like this match, I understand the United States Championship, we all know people don't care for the United States Championship. But AJ Styles and Ricochet is making this United States Championship very relevant. Very relevant with the crazy matches that they have been having. And I feel like if they give it the amount of time for them to put on a show with the style of wrestling that both of these guys can do, this could be the match of the night. I'm not saying it is, but it could be a potential match of the night with AJ Styles and Ricochet still in the show for the United States Championship. This could be better than the WWE Championship. This could be better than the Universal Championship. We just don't know how much time is Vince McMahon and Triple H is going to let them be in the ring, knowing all these matches are going on as we speak. Not as we speak, but on Sunday, what will happen? This is tough because I really love Ricochet and I really love AJ Styles. These guys are tremendous. They are something to watch. They're the reason why I still watch wrestling. And I just can't pinpoint who can win this match. That's the only thing. I can't pinpoint who will win this match. And I'm just going... We all know that AJ Styles took it from that Extreme Rules, so it's probably Ricochet's time to take it back from him. So I'm going to just go with the underdog here. I love you, AJ Styles. You know you're one of my favorites, but I'm loving Ricochet, and I love the momentum that he has going into this matchup. I got Ricochet retaining over AJ Styles for the United States Championship. And once we see what happens with the Universal Championship, let's see if AJ Styles can move up the ladder to get the Universal Championship. Alright, y'all, so this is a match that everybody wants us to see for the Women's Revolution. It is Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus. Now, we all know Trish Stratus is going to be in her hometown of Toronto, Canada. We all know what we're going to see from this match. Now, we do have two legendary ladies that actually put on for the Women's Revolution and Evolution in their careers at their era and at their time. Now, what can I say here is that Charlotte Flair said that she wanted the opportunity to prove that she is the best in any era, and she wanted to lay down the challenge to the women also consider some to be the greatest female performer of all time, which is Trish Stratus. When it comes to a dream matches nowadays, especially in the women's division, it truly doesn't get any bigger than this. In Stratus' hometown of Toronto, and is no less of a great match. Like I said, this is another match that can steal the show, depending on how much time you're going to get with these two ladies in the ring. You can't give them a 3-minute, you can't give them a 5-minute, you can't give them a 10-minute match. You got to give them at least a 20-25 minute match. Knowing that this starts at 7 p.m., you got to give these ladies a shot. Gotta give these ladies a shot, especially Trish Stratus, a WWE Hall of Famer, 7-time women's champion, and fought in almost every era of the women's division till now. You know, so it's really interesting to see where it's just really tough to look at on when it comes to these matches. It's just tough to look at, and I really want to go with Trish. And I think I'm going to go with Trish here. I love Charlotte Flair to death. I think she's one of the greatest women to ever do this. But Trish Stratus in her hometown, this is going to be a match. I think it's going to sneak up on Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is going to get in the moment to a point where she loses her cool and she loses this match. I'm going with Trish here. I'm going with my era of wrestling here. And Trish Stratus was my era of wrestling. Charlotte Flair is a talented woman, but she talked her way into this match. Now you have to prove that you are one of the best. And I don't think you're going to dethrone Trish Stratus just yet. I think she has a lot to say about that. So I am taking Trish Stratus in this match over Charlotte Flair. Now we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match, which you have Bayley is the champion. Ember Moon is the challenger. Now, if we thought Raw Women's title match at SummerSlam was going to be a little bit out left field, then how about this one for the Blue brand? Nah, I'm not really too ecstatic about it. After teaming together on SmackDown, Bayley went in the middle of the ring and offered Moon a little title shot, which of course the challenger quickly accepted, and I'll be surprised though if Charlotte Flair isn't added to this match in the next couple of weeks. And I can see that happening. Charlotte Flair is getting sick and tired of not being part of the card or not being in title contention, and I can see Bayley still retaining the championship, but I think this is Ember Moon's time. They need to stop playing with Ember Moon and give her a title. They need to give her a title. And I got Ember Moon beating Bayley. I love Bayley to death that she's a SmackDown Women's Champion. Yes. She got it from being in the Money in the Bank, and she got the title. Cool. But it is Ember Moon's time. She took time off when she got hurt. She came back with a vengeance. And now it's time to see a new face with that blue belt. And Ember Moon is that type of girl. Me personally, Ember Moon is a Raw talent. She's a Monday Night Raw talent instead of a SmackDown talent, because a lot of people don't really watch SmackDown like that, but they do. Ember Moon is going to win this match over Bayley, because I feel like Bayley, it's time for you to take a step back. It's time for you to take a step back and go on vacation and do whatever and have somebody new with a new face be a champion. And that's what we're missing over on SmackDown. We see Bayley be the Raw Women's Champion over there. Now it's time to see Ember Moon with a title around her waist, since she's not in the women's tag team title contention with another partner. So please have Ember Moon win this match. And that's my pick over Bayley. And we have your new SmackDown Women's Champion, and that will be Ember Moon. We are finally here. We are finally here. The Raw Women's Champion. The championship. We have Natalya, the hometown hero, as the challenger. And we have Becky Lynch as the man, is the actual women's championship for Monday Night Raw. And it's going to be a submission match, y'all. A submission match. So it was clear Lynch needed to move on from Lacey Evans. So there was a fatal 4-way elimination match on Raw to determine her next challenger. Natalya emerged victorious from that match and had some words for her friend afterwards. After these two has been getting better of each other since then, Natalya teased challenging Lynch to a submission match, and that stipulation was added to the bout as expected just 6 days prior to the show. But I can say this: I love the new attitude that Natalya has. I love it. And do I think she's going to beat the man? I don't know. We see the man with this title for a little bit of while now. They might drop it. They might drop it to Natalya. You know why? Because it's in Natalya's hometown. She's doing this for her father. It's a storyline behind this. And that's who I'm going to go with. That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Natalya here. I love Becky Lynch. I love the man, but she's getting kind of caught up in her boyfriend with Seth Rollins, and she's on the face of WWE 2K20. She's doing everything that she's supposed to do as the women's champion, to be the face of everything. Like, if you look at the actual poster, she's on the front of it. She's leading the way. I think all that changes on Sunday night. I think all that changes. Yes, I'm going out on a limb in saying that Becky Lynch is going to lose to Natalya in a submission match. But I really think that the sharpshooter is more effective than the armbar. You can reverse both submissions, but I feel like the sharpshooter, what she learned from the Hart family, from the Hart dungeon, Natalya has that a little bit more experience than Becky Lynch. I just feel like WWE has not really given Natalya a real shot to be a champion in this revolution, in this women's evolution as well. So I'm going with Natalya here over Becky Lynch in a submission match. Have Becky Lynch tap out to the sharpshooter. This is a match right here. Now, this match has a lot of history. Going back in the day when they had their feud. But we have it for a bigger prize now, which is Randy Orton, the challenger, going up against your WWE champion, Kofi Kingston. Now, Kingston was offered the opportunity to choose his own challenger for SummerSlam, and he wasted no time in calling out a familiar foe who was storied history with Orton. What an incredible about this feud is the fact that their family tie-in and everything that went down in 2009 between the two, which will without a question make this program all the more enjoyable over the next several weeks. Oh my God, I don't think Kofi Kingston is going to drop this title. I don't think so. But why would they put Randy Orton there for him to lose? Just think about that. Why would they put Randy Orton in this situation for him to lose? He's right up there with the greats when it comes to title bouts. And Kofi Kingston did have it since WrestleMania. And Kofi Kingston has been, winning his matches since he's won that title at WrestleMania. And WrestleMania was back in April? We are in August right now. So he had it for a few months. He's been defending that title pretty well. But I think this switch titles again. I can't go against Kofi. I can't go against Randy Orton. I can't go against Randy Orton. I love Kofi Kingston. but I think his time is over as WWE champion. And I'm going with Randy Orton here. I'm going with Randy Orton to win this and become the champion again. But if it doesn't turn that way, I wouldn't mind if Kofi Kingston win this title match again. I wouldn't mind if Kofi wins, but at the same time, if Kofi doesn't win it, I pick Randy Orton in the beginning. And this feud goes back all the way to 2009, and I like the match and I like the build-up from this match. But I just feel like Randy Orton is determined to be a champion again and not be relevant on SmackDown like he really is. And I think Kofi Kingston is giving him that shot to prove, like, listen, I'm not going to make you irrelevant. We're going to have ourselves a great match. And that's exactly what's going to happen here with Randy Orton. Randy Orton is going to show why he is who he is. Kofi's going to show why who he is at the same time. Let's just keep it 100 there, y'all. So Kofi Kingston will drop this title to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Now we have the main event. The main event. We have the challenger, the Beast Slayer, Seth Rollins, challenges your Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Now, at Extreme Rules, Lesnar earned a 3-time Universal Championship status when he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on the man who took his title from him at WrestleMania 35. Still positioned for now as a babyface on Raw, the Beast Slayer earned the right to challenge Lesnar and the right to actually try to get him to get that title back, the next night on Raw. He won a 10-man battle royal, and the opening match of WrestleMania 35 would now be run back as SummerSlam, this time likely the main event. I don't want this match to be the main event because I know it's going to be a bunch of bull crap in this match. Seth Rollins might just win this title back, but Seth Rollins needs to stay down. And the reason why I say that, because he's been getting his ass kicked. He's been getting his behind kicked week after week after week since he won that battle royal. And you really got messed up when he F5'd you off the ambulance table. You have real bad ribs. And then this past Monday, you tried to come back out with a chair, and you got dominated by Brock Lesnar again. I'm nervous for Seth Rollins right now. I'm really nervous because he's been getting his behind kicked every single week since that 10-man battle royal. I don't want to say Brock Lesnar's going to win this match. I don't want to say that. But we got to see how healthy Seth Rollins is. We don't know if Seth Rollins 100%, is he 80%, even if he's 60% or 50%. Or 70 or 80, we just don't know. But I'm going to still give the benefit of the doubt and see what happens here. Let's see if Seth Rollins can pull this off. And I think he can. He guaranteed it, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Let's see if he can pull it off. I don't want to go against Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar is the champion. But I see a lot of titles changing tonight. On Sunday night. I have a lot of titles changing. And me personally, nah. I'm going with Seth. I think he's going to pull it off some way, somehow. Don't know how, don't know when. But Seth Rollins become the Universal Champion. That is your SummerSlam 2019 matches and predictions. But before we end this video here, I do have to do some quick picks for y'all here because I didn't do them over the course of the other matches. But you do have the Intercontinental Championship with Shinsuke Nakamura and Ali. Shinsuke Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion, and I think Ali will beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the title. He's been having his eyes on the IC title right now, but I think Mustafa Ali might upset Shinsuke Nakamura and become the Intercontinental Champion. And then you have Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan with the Owens confrontation. It was revealed in the Go Home SmackDown edition that SmackDown and Rowan was behind the fourth cliff attack on Reigns. This, of course, lends to, the credit of the rumor that Bryan will ultimately be revealed as a mastermind, but the sudden emergence of this angle was merely in 1 week between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan with the Rowan confrontation. It's uncertain now if this match will even take place. It would have, a safely assumed that the program will be featured at SummerSlam. Don't know what's going to happen with that match. So if it doesn't happen, I have Roman Reigns being Daniel Bryan if that's the case. And then you have the Cruiserweight Championship with Drew Gulak versus Oni Locran. I'm going with Gulak. Gulak's going to retain the title for the Cruiserweight Championship. But there you have it, guys. There you have it. That is the matches for SummerSlam 2019. Do not forget the pre-show starts at 6 o'clock on the WWE Network, and the main show will start at 7 o'clock on the WWE Network. You do not want to miss it, and you do not want to be nowhere else but watching SummerSlam. I will be live streaming SummerSlam at that moment, so you do not want to miss it on Sportscaster and on YouTube. But let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about my predictions for this event. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is Spotlight Sports Talk. It is Rum Boys Philadelphia from the Rum Boys Fantasy Network, and we see y'all in the next video.